Hi everyone, quick update here on the 1 hour time frame where your bearish scenario is a soon to be finished 5-wave impulsive structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, after which you look for a bigger retracement. Common target for your wave 5 is between 76k and 78k, which means that this area is interesting to observe potential signs of weakness like a market structure change, bearish CVDs stacking, volume increasing as price moves down, maybe some indicators that are exhausted, that sort of stuff. Because a wave 5 target area, while at all-time highs in price discovery, is by no means a must short area. You want to see significant signs of weakness. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, you do you, but for me, shorting without significant signs of weakness at all-time highs in price discovery is a portfolio death sentence. So this area here, 76 to 78k, is interesting to at least observe potential signs of weakness, which would start with a bit of a range. Again, price here moving to the upside, a little bit of volume increasing. You can see it on the 15-minute as well. Just ignore this wick. That was a scam wick over here, so also ignore this volume candle. But you can see price here moved up, a little bit of an increase volume, as you can see as well. So potentially, of course, then still looking for price to move up. So far, one little red candle on a 15 or a 1 hour time frame for me is not a significant sign of weakness. I would need to see a lot more, but of course, you do you. Now, your more bullish scenario is that price moves up while volume continues to increase. So what you're looking for in a wave 5 is another high above 3 with a lower amount of volume. And then of course you want to see price turning around. Now if price continues up and volume continues to increase, especially if you can take out this peak volume in 3, then you have to consider the potential of a 1, 2, 1, 2, and a wave 3 is yet to begin, right? That is why looking for significant signs of weakness is so important, because you're in price discovery. We don't have any significant areas of resistance here. We don't have any previous market structure or volume levels, right? So we have to be aware of very local price action and use that in our advantage, no? Alternatively, you could still say that your wave 4 is not yet finished and you look for a bigger range over here, but the more candles you are printing here, the lower the probabilities, because your wave 4 starts to be quite long compared to your 2, but it's not yet out of the question basically. If price, however, moves up to 77k, the 1.618 here, then the probability significantly decrease that any move down is still part of a wave 4 and you preferably look for a finished wave 4. Now then we have two channels I'd like to show you. This is the base channel taken from the start of 1 to the end of 2 to the end of 1. You want wave 3 to move out of the base channel, preferably supported with an increase of volume, which is the case. So therefore the probabilities are higher. We're looking for an impulse, and then your wave 4 moves back towards the base channel. Now the only requirement is that a wave 4 should not touch the lower trend line over here, but it didn't, right? So that's perfectly fine. And then we have the trend channel taken from the end of 1, end of 3 to the end of wave 2. And what you're looking for is a wave 4 to break the lower trend line, or at least touch the lower trend line of the trend channel, increasing the probabilities. You're looking for a 4 and a wave 5. But then again, if volume would continue to increase, we are going to relabel this to a 1, 2, 1, 2 and then a wave 3. And I had an example in my how to channel video in the educational playlist, which you will find in my channel, where this happened, right? Where we were looking for a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then volume was increasing. And then you also change the trend channel, but also the count to a 1, 2, 1, 2 and then a wave 3. But at the moment, we just observe what price does here. Of course, we don't necessarily have a lot of resistance to the upside, right? Because price discovery, so it's not like we have structure and volume levels. But something that is very interesting to me is that levels from 2021 that I put on my chart have been actually very nicely respected. This high, and you can see it during my content that I made when price was moving up, the high that started this almost, 7-month range, 8-month range, almost a year-long sideways structure, started after price touched 1 of my red resistance areas. And these areas are based on fibs. Now, tomorrow in the live stream, I will talk about resistance areas to the upside based on Fibonacci, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I do on how I find these areas of resistance. Again, it's actually a long time ago that I did that, right? Because it was in 2021 when I put these boxes on my chart. That's why they are red. I use different colors and all that stuff. But we're going to look for some areas of resistance to the upside, and you see a bit of the process in the live stream tomorrow. Now, one of the things, of course, that I love to use is CVD, and all of the bullish CVDs have played out. Of course, you are in a bullish trend. Therefore, bullish CVDs are a lot more interesting than any bearish CVD appearing. Here we had some bullish CVDs, a price move to the upside, bullish CVD played out, and at the moment, locally, there's nothing happening. We don't yet have enough information. We need to wait for a bigger range again or a bigger rejection and then observe the CVD divergences. Now, we do have some news tomorrow, Thursday, November 7th here, 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Fed interest rate decision, Fed press conference. So make sure you trade safe around this hour. It can increase the volatility. Not that we are short of any volatility this week anyway. And if we then look at the probabilities, then at the moment, there is no clear sign of weakness. We are in a price discovery. We need to wait for a bigger range or a bigger rejection. And of course, keep an eye on volume and structure, right? Is volume going to increase, or do we keep lower volume compared to our wave 3? And with a structure, I mean the structure to the upside, and of course, the potential structure of a new range or a rejection. In other words, no financial advice, makes no sense to try and time a high for shorts when in price discovery. That is a portfolio death sentence. I wish you a good night. See you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you find this video valuable and helpful. Please check out the CVD indicator video, the best indicator out there in my opinion, or the Elliott Wave educational playlist to help you understand more about Elliott Waves. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and I hope to see you at the next one. Bye bye.